Hey everybody, what's up? Kevin here once again from the My Song of the Day Rock 2000 Today YouTube channel, and today we're going to be doing another installment of My Top 10, and this week's episode, My Top 10 Foo Fighters Songs of All Time. Alrighty, so of course this is how this video is gonna go. I'm gonna give you my top 10 Foo Fighters songs, starting with number 10 and working my way up to number 1. I'll give you some context behind the song, and of course I'll tell you why it's placed where it is, and for the ones that are below number 1, why it isn't completely higher at that given point. Now again, let's go over some context when it comes to the band as well. The longevity of this band cannot be overstated since they started out back in about 1995 with their self-titled album, and really hitting it big with the color and the shape back in 1997. They have been one of the most prominent rock bands, if not maybe the most important rock band since the post-grunge era, or in the post-grunge era after the decline of Nirvana following Kurt Cobain's suicide, oddly enough with Dave Grohl being the drummer for that band and now the frontman for the Foo Fighters. Also, when it comes down to it, again, I gotta go to Dave Grohl as well. In my opinion, he is the most underrated musician of our day, just based on the fact of what he is able to do, what he's able to create, and I just don't think he gets enough respect for it. And this band is just, again, probably one of the greatest rock bands of our generation, if not of all time. Also, you can kind of see on the side of me right here some honorable mention songs. So if you see some songs that are like, hey, why is that an honorable mention? Well, it's an honorable mention because it's not as good as the top 10. So, let's get on into it. So the song that comes in number 10 of my top 10 all-time Foo Fighters songs is Times Like These. Now this song was written around 2002, 2003, I believe, and this is when the band was kind of at a little bit of a crossroads as well. They had taken a couple-month hiatus. Dave Grohl wrote the song during that hiatus, and really kind of, the band wasn't really sure where they were going at this point. Would they break up? What was the direction they were going? And this song really explores, going at a crossroads in life, and at the end, you're going to end up picking the right one because, it's times like these where you learn a lot of things about yourself, and the band learned a lot about themselves as well in this. Musically, it's a classic Foo Fighters song with a little bit more of a softer approach than other songs that, harder songs you might think of, like Monkey Wrench, White Limo. But it fits in here. Now, why isn't it higher? Because I do like a little bit of that harder sound, and I just don't think Times Like These really has it, such as some other songs here on this list. But you can't leave Times Like These off a list like this. You just can't do it. Alright, coming in at number 9 is Best of You off the In Your Honor album 2005. You might be thinking, wait, this number 9? What, are you kidding me, Kevin? Let me explain. Now, if you're looking for an anthem song from the Foo Fighters, this is obviously it. It talks all about going into what's keeping you down in life, who's the person that's keeping you down in life, and are they getting the best of you, and what can you do to get beyond that? And most of the time, the person that's keeping you down is honestly yourself. They really go into that as well. I mean, this is also a song that back when Prince did his Super Bowl halftime show in Super Bowl 41, he featured part of this song during his set, which at the time you're thinking the Foo Fighters song coming in at Super Bowl 41? Are you kidding me? It was awesome. I still think the band should do a Super Bowl halftime show because I think they kill it, but they did the pre-show for Super Bowl 53. What you gonna do about it? Musically, it does have that rock sound, a little bit more of a melodic rock sound, in my opinion. And the intro, it just is very slow, very anthemic feeling, very power-driven. Now, why is it number 9, and why doesn't it go higher? It's just, I think it's very repetitive. They say the word best 40 times in the song. It just doesn't hit me the way it should. It doesn't hit me the way it hits a lot of people. I think it's still a great song, but it comes in at number 9. Alright, coming in at number 8 is White Limo off the Wasting Light album that came out in 2011. Now, as the Foo Fighters have put it, this is just that classic punk rock song, kind of emulating what Black Flag is on, but their take on it, and I really did enjoy it up to a point. Now, the raspy vocals in there, the kind of the screaming that Dave Grohl has done on there, I mean, initially, I really didn't like it, but I think it really adds to the song. It wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for it. It's just real simplistic. It sounds like they did a garage band punk rock sound, and it really played off well here for the band as well. Taking a look at the music video, now this is another classic Foo Fighters music video in here, where you have Lemmy from Motorhead driving around a white limo, picking up the guys, and it looks like, this was an old VHS style. It is just classic. I love the concept of it. The reason why it's at number 8, not higher, is just when it comes to those raspy vocals, I really am not used to that from Dave Grohl. That's screaming as a consistency, and it just really kind of took me out of the song when I first heard it, and I really didn't like it, but as time has gone on, I liked it more. but there are other ones on the list that just have hit me a lot harder. Alright, so coming in at the number 7 spot is Learn to Fly. Now, if you're talking about Learn to Fly, one thing you always have to mention is the music video. The music video is killer when it comes to it. The Foo Fighters are on a plane. I mean, they're basically every single character at this point. And the coffee gets drugged and they have to land the plane. Kind of a cool concept. And even the best part about it, it has the cameo for the people who drug the plane. Jack Black and Kyle Gass and Tenacious D. I mean, how can you go against it? It is fantastic. I love the cameo by it. Musically, the song's all about, searching for what makes you happy in life, what makes you feel alive. And I think it does a good job at it too. When you look at the music composition of it, the song is very rather, alternative rock style, not really hard rock style, but it has such a fluidity to it that it just flows nicely. If you're looking for another song that flows really nice like that, think Everlong. We'll get to that later, of course. Don't worry. Why isn't it higher on this list? It's just because I don't think they really took a lot of experimentation with this one as they have done in the past with some of their other songs. It hits hard, but it kind of has a little bit of a dull sound here and there, so that's just if you listen to it a lot. It just kind of runs down a little bit. But it's still a great song. Alright, number 6 is going to be All My Life. And looking at what the meaning of the song was, honestly, when they asked Dave Grohl in an interview back, 2002, 2003, he basically said, it's kind of dirty. Just use your imagination. I love the take on it. The song is just classic Foo Fighters where it has this nice hard rock sound. When it comes to this Dave Grohl, he kind of starts out soft with his vocals, then crescendos up to it in the verses, and then when you get to the chorus, boom, he hits it hard, and it is just something to behold. I think it's fantastic. I think it's well done. I really like it, and it's a great song overall. Don't get me wrong. However, why is it in the top 5? Because each of these songs that are in the top 5 above All My Life have something unique about them to me that you just cannot pass up. Alright, now we're into the top 5, and coming in at 5 is Monkey Wrench off The Color and the Shape. Now, Monkey Wrench was the second really intro I got to the Foo Fighters when it was featured as a playable track on Guitar Hero 2, and of course, your guy played it a whole bunch. Now, the song is more of a breakup song, too, that Dave Grohl was writing. I mean, this is right around the time when he was splitting with his first wife. Again, get to that a little bit later. And this song, it's a perfect breakup song for your unapologeticness of it. It has a great intro that really brings you in. The chorus is great. The verse is fantastic. But the biggest thing the song has going for it is the vocal bridge by Dave Grohl. You listen to it, it is just unapologetic. It is in your face. It is out there. It is loud, and the best part about it is when he recorded it, he did it all in one breath. That is just utter amazement and just shows the talent that Dave Grohl has. I love this song. It hits hard. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. But why is it in the top 4? I think in the top 4, it's either some certain songs just have a deeper meaning that really connect with you better, or they just sound a little bit better. So that's why Monkey Wrench sits at 5. Alright, so coming in at number 4 is a song off of the In Your Honor album. And no, it's not Best of You because that already came up. It's No Way Back. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kevin, what are you talking about? Why is No Way Back this high? Let me explain. This was the song that I first got introduced to the Foo Fighters to. I had a Nintendo DS. I got Madden 06, and there was only one track that was available on it to listen to on the Nintendo DS, and it was No Way Back by the Foo Fighters, and I instantly fell in love with it. I thought it was a great track. I love the sound. When I found out it was the Foo Fighters, I'm like, oh, this is the band that this is. The song just has this nice, consistent hard rock sound through and through, stays fluid. They don't skip a beat. It's much like Learn to Fly was, but just has that harder sound to it. Now, I tried finding, what was the meaning behind the song, and I've got some mixed feelings, mixed reactions to it. It's either talking about, a commitment to a relationship. That's one way I've gotten, or it could be, not letting anyone really get in your way. Saying there's no way back from this because you're not letting anyone stand in your way. Now, why is it at 4, and why doesn't it crack the top 3? Well, the top 3 just have something special about them, whether they're just hard, whether they're just, anthemic, maybe just they mean so much that No Way Back just cannot top these 3. So, let's get to the next one. At number 3, we have The Pretender, finally. Now, looking at kind of trying to find out what the meaning of the song was and make sure I got that right and doing my research, Dave Grohl wrote this song in one day. It's amazing the fact that the song that comes in at number 3 on the list was written in one day, but you know what they say, good things take time, great things happen all at once. The song really goes into their more politic-y style, where they kind of just talk about, political unrest and political promises that go broken or unfulfilled or just kind of ignored, kind of, politicians acting like they're the big shots, they're just pretenders, hence the name The Pretender. This song is just hard. It goes all out. It starts out in classic Foo Fighters fashion where it kind of starts a little bit slower, and then as it builds up, it just crescendos more and more, and Dave Grohl's vocals just get more impactful as it goes on. It's a classic Foo Fighters formula, and it works out really well. And when it comes to the politicalness of it, the music video really works for it as well, as they're just kind of standing out there in the middle of the floor with a bunch of riot cops coming around them, and they're playing, and right when the last chorus hits for the last time, all of this red waters comes flying in. It just looks awesome. I mean, this is something to really behold. But why is it in the top 2? Honestly, when it comes to the message, I think there are 2 songs that just really take the message, not the political message, but the message the Foo Fighters want, and put it out there to be something so much better. So the number 2 song on my top 10 Foo Fighters songs of all time list is my favorite off of the Wasting Light album. It is Walk. Now, if you're looking for the meaning behind this song, take a look at the music video where it starts out as Dave Grohl stuck in traffic, probably going to his 9-to-5 job just to go home, sit on the couch, eat potato chips, watch TV, then fall asleep and do it all over again. Very boring, monotonous life. And the song's about fighting that monotony and just breaking free of what is holding you back and just going for it and just taking charge of it, which honestly, thinking about it now, that is very relevant to what's going on with me right now. Holy shnikes. Okay, but on to the rest of it. When you're talking about the song, it is a slower and softer Foo Fighters song in comparison to some other ones like All My Life, Monkey Wrench, White Limo, but it does have that fluidity to it as well. It does have the classic crescendos where it starts out softer and goes into a little bit harder sound and louder sound as it goes on, but the gradient of that is not as high. It's rather linear. When you get to the vocal bridge, though, it's not as powerful as what they did on Monkey Wrench, but it does have that crescendo to it, and it really makes you feel it as well from Dave Grohl. Now, why does this one come in at number 2, and why is this one not at number 1? There's a song that comes in at number 1 that just encompasses everything I believe that the Foo Fighters have done, and just, this is the song that, is their song. This is the song when you think about it. This is quintessential Foo Fighters right here. Alright, and the number 1 Foo Fighters song of all time, you guys probably guessed it, it's Everlong off of the Color and the Shape album. Now, this is when Grohl was going through a very rough time in his life in the mid-90s when he wrote this song. He was homeless, he had no access to his bank account, he was going through a divorce, and he wrote this song in 45 minutes. That's what we found when we were doing our research, which was absolutely amazing. Like I said earlier, good things take time, great things happen all at once. He says the song is about being connected with someone physically and spiritually to when you're in perfect harmony with someone, which is rather fitting for, what time you're going through something like that. Now, I gotta start out with the music video first, because the music video gave birth to the Foo Fighters music video style, where they kind of just go all out, kind of go zany, go, way hyperbole on it, but it fits and it makes you really get and notice what is going on there. Musically, the flow is perfect. It's soft, it's hard, it's everything. This song is literally everything. I don't know a better way to describe it. Plus, you cannot get away from Dave Grohl's voice and how it crescendos throughout the whole entire thing, because it does. This is where the crescendo really starts out, where it starts out softer. Hello, I've waited here for you. Then you get to the chorus and it gets raspier. Then you get to the end of the chorus and it just keeps getting, harder. It's a great crescendo sound, and the music follows the exact same way. And why is it number 1? Because it's the perfect Foo Fighters song. It is one of the perfect songs of all time, honestly. This is one of the better songs you'll ever hear. There is probably no person in the world that really says, oh, I hate Everlong. It is just a great song through and through. You're not gonna beat it. It's just, oh man, I don't know the better way to put it. It's so beautiful. It is probably the song that really launched the Foo Fighters into prominence, especially following the post-grunge era after Kurt Cobain tragically committed suicide. And who better to send us into it than Dave Grohl? Alright, in closing, the Foo Fighters are probably the quintessential rock band following the grunge era from the early to mid-90s. If you're thinking about, who's really taking charge of it, there's really no specific band or specific, rock stars that are just as prominent, as people were back in the 70s and 80s. But if you're looking for a band that has the closest thing to it, it's got to be the Foo Fighters, it's got to be Dave Grohl, got to be those guys. Dave Grohl, like I said, most underrated musician of our era, especially what he did with Nirvana, what he's done with the Foo Fighters, them Crooked Vultures, and some of his features as well, along with the talent that he has as a drummer, as a guitarist, and as a vocalist. There's just so many great songs, too. Even the honorable mentions, I would love to put them in here, but, you know, I can only go with 10 for a top 10. That's just the way it is. Now, should they be regarded as one of the best rock bands of all time? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, well that's it for me. Thanks for watching the My Song of the Day Rock 2000 to today. Kevin's top 10 Foo Fighters songs of all time. If you think I did a good job, give me that like. But if you think I did a bad job, give me a dislike. And put your top 10 Foo Fighters songs of all time in the description below so we can start a debate on which one is better, which one's worse. Let's start talking music. I'll comment on your comments. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. I got one right here, but I think, I just kind of probably knocked into it in the right over here with my elbow. And then hit that bell icon because, you know, we put out new videos every single Wednesday, sometimes Mondays. Especially if we got, you know, albums coming out. Then we go on Mondays as well. If you're not following us on any of our social platforms, what are you doing? We got that Facebook page, we got Twitter, and we've got Instagram. We put a lot of great content on those. Facebook, we funnel a lot of things through. Twitter, we talk to you guys. Instagram, we talk to you guys as well, but we do a lot of other things like IGTV videos and our Instagram live streams where we talk to you guys directly. So go follow those all right now and be a part of one hell of a community. Also, if you are not listening to the podcast, the Chord Progression Podcast, brought to you by My Song of the Day Rock 2008, we just do a deeper dive into things that happen in music over the course of the week, and we love to talk to you guys as well. So I love to have you guys on for interviews. Listen to the podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and here on YouTube as well. Description of that, along with the social content, in the description below, so you can follow that, listen to it, subscribe to it. And if you want to be on the podcast, there is a link in the description that it sends you to our website. You fill out a little form, and it comes to my email, and I can get you on the podcast as well. Also, lastly, and most importantly, if you are not enabling our Amazon Alexa skill, what in the blue hell are you doing? Here's what you got to do. Click the link in the description below and hit enable, and then boom, it'll be on your device. So all I have to do is say, hey Alexa, play my song of the day. As she's going to do right now. Alexa, stop. Most because I don't want her to do that. Because, well, then it's going to ruin the video. But what's going to end up happening is she'll say, you know, playing your song of the day. You'll get a quick 5-second intro from yours truly, and then you'll hear the song in its entirety. You're going to get a new song every single day. You can listen to it as much as you want within that 24-hour time period. And it's a great way to discover new bands, discover new music, rediscover bands that you completely forgot about, and just enjoy rock music in general. That's the whole point of this, is to enjoy rock music and expand the reach of it as well, and create a community of people who want to talk about rock music honestly. So if you like it, yeah, you know, tell us you like the song, tell us you like the album. If you dislike it, tell us it. We want you to be honest. So that's the point of it. Enable all that stuff. Follow us. I want to give you guys a big thank you for doing that because it means the world to me. This project means the world to me, and I want to thank you as well. And that's going to be it for me. So this is Kevin from the My Song of the Day Rock 2000 to Today YouTube page. You guys know how I end this. Give me the hat. I'm going to flip it like that. I'm going to say, see ya!